Greetings, sports fans. ASMR Sports back with more relaxing sports card content. Today we've got kind of a oddball one where I reached back into the archives and pulled out some classic football cards here. This is the original Donruss set of football cards from 1996, the first year they did Donruss Football cards, if you can believe it. And I believe they have done them every year since then, so back in the 2020 and 2021 time frame, I guess 2019, 2020 more likely, I feel like the hobby, especially in basketball cards, but also to a limited extent in football and baseball cards, but the hobby seemed to get kind of excited about the first, the inaugural set of a product like Prism or Select or Optic. Now, maybe that was just kind of a fad that has run out, but if you wanted to do the first set of Donruss for football, you have to go all the way back to 1996. I believe this is a hobby box. Because this says look for hobby exclusive. And I'm actually excited about this set, this insert set that's referenced, called What If, because it's basically a set of cards showing guys in baseball, Donruss baseball design sets from, I think when they were rookies. Like the example that I saw is a Barry Sanders card that is on the 1989 Donruss baseball card design. And I love stuff like that. There's quite a few products, especially from Topps, where you see cards like that. I feel like the first time they really did that was with Archives Basketball, which is from, I think, 1994. And that's where they did like a Michael Jordan card in there that was designed like the 1984 Topps baseball design. Sort of like, showing him in a card design from his rookie year. So, I think that's what that insert set is, and I'm looking forward to it. It looks like. We also have Hit List, Silver Elite, and Gold Elite. For those of you who did not collect during this time period, and this was kind of when I stopped collecting. So I know what I'm about to tell you only because I kind of, researched it, but Donruss at this time frame, like in the 90s, was big on serial numbering cards. Just about any kind of insert. They would number, so you might think, oh, that's cool to get some numbered cards, but the thing is that the cards were serial numbered to 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. So really, kind of silly. I guess 10,000 is rare compared to the print run of base cards for Topps flagship these days, which is probably millions. But yeah, you don't really see any companies today serial numbering cards more than 1,500. The exception being Topps Gold cards, which they always number to the year. So in 2022 Topps flagship baseball, every gold gloss cards, were never really high gloss, so shouldn't have too much trouble with bricking compared to like Stadium Club stuff or like Fleer Ultra. Hope everybody's doing great. I'd kind of planned this weekend to do a ton of content creation, but so far today I basically caught up on a bunch of work stuff, different like accounting stuff for sports card business, and then my just day job. I was behind, had a busy week, so I had to get through my email, and I got through all that, and then I just kind of had dinner and stuff with the family, and haven't really had any time for content stuff, so now I'm feeling behind in that. But I have like a ton of requests for putting together team lots of different denominations. So I'm going to try to do a video here hopefully soon where I can crank all those out in one video for like 4, 5, 6 people. So they're coming, folks. Thanks for your patience. Let's just take a look at the design here. Very minimalistic. It's, this football shaped the logo with the team logo, the position, and the team name. Other than that, just this very thin band here with Donruss and then the player name. So it's a very, very simple design, no borders. Donruss baseball cards, certainly through, I guess, 92, I think, all had very prominent borders, but I feel like there was a time when Donruss, like sometime in the mid to early 90s, they kind of eschewed the border designs and did start doing full bleed. So that's, I think, when these cards are from, or where they sort of fall in the design history of Donruss products. On the back, you've got a nice full color photo there with stats and a nice little description. So, pretty basic looking card design, but I have no issues with it. Historic, Tamarek, Vanover, Bryce, Paup, Rodney Thomas. I will say, I think the photography on these cards is pretty good. I don't know, maybe it's the full bleed that's like kind of making the photos seem like they pop pretty well for mid-90s card design, and non sort of deluxe sets like Stadium Club that were traditionally always a bit more artsy with their photographs. Eric Metcalf and a rookie, Eric Molds. I'm not sure who the good rookies in this set are. I really wasn't following football basically after like the early 90s, 91, 92, 93. So you guys will have to tell me if any of the rookies I get are good ones. These wrappers are quite thin and just sort of, I don't know what the word is, easily, kind of breakable. So I was able to open these packs pretty easily without scissors or anything, and that's always nice. Yeah, I think that what I wanted to say was that the wrappers are a little bit brittle, probably from just age. So I have a good amount of, and by the way, I looked up the price these boxes are going for. Basically, it's between like $30 and maybe $45. These boxes go for on eBay, so I wanted to kind of get a sense of the value. I have quite a number of not a ton, but at one point, 4 or 5 years ago, I did go pretty heavy into buying a bunch of like just sort of mid-90s boxes, mostly baseball and football and a few basketball things, at card shows when I was there. That was a pretty good investment, because a lot of that stuff, especially mostly the basketball, has gone up significantly in price, but the football and the baseball stuff from that era doesn't really have very good, like kind of rookie cards and other high value cards in it, so values are quite low. So I don't know, I was looking through my stash of that stuff and thinking it might be fun to open some of those things. Antonio Freeman. There's a superstar. Emmett Smith, very cool. Looks like we have not gotten any kind of insert yet. Mark Chimura, Bernie Kosar with the Dolphins. Very interesting. I just remember him being with the Browns and not really paying much attention after that. I'd guess his career did not go much longer than, 96. But, he was a pretty solid quarterback for a good number of years there. Deion Sanders with the Cowboys. Very nice. Let's take a look at his stats here. So, started his career with the Falcons. He's in that 89 score set with the, big names like Troy Aikman and Barry Sanders, rookie cards in that 89 score set, as well as 89 Upper Deck 2, and so Deion Sanders is also in those products. And started out his career at the Falcons. Here at the 49ers on the Cowboys. I think he also probably retired from football probably shortly after this card set. He didn't have a super long career. Two-way player. He also played professional baseball. For those of you unfamiliar, in our second rookie, Simeon Rice, looks like we get one rookie at the back of each pack. So that is fun. And I'm noticing that they did not choose, apparently, to use the rated rookies rookie logo. That is absolutely in every single Donruss product now, and has been for, I think, many years, really. Donruss figured that out at some point, and we have lots and lots of good rookie cards of all sports out there. So yeah, tiny bit of sticking, but it's just very minor, nothing that would damage any of the cards. Mark Brunell. Vincent Brisby. Andre Coleman. Charles Haley. Very good defensive player. Started with the 49ers. Quite a few years with the Cowboys. Gus Frerotte. LaShawn Johnson. Michael Westbrook. Bert Emanuel. By the way, I was looking. The reason I kind of had oh yeah, there you go. Dan Marino, star of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Ben Coates. The reason I kind of had the idea to do some football is I was looking through, my videos for the last month, and YouTube gives you all sorts of analytics on your channel, and the video's performance on your channel, and so like one of the things it shows you by default on your dashboard is a list of like your top 10 or so videos in order of popularity from the last month, and I happen to notice that the two most popular videos for the last month, last 28 days, were both football. So I said to myself, boy, that suggests that the world wants football card content. And I suppose that makes sense because, football, I have to say, football feels like the hottest market in cards right now. I mean, I think just more people are excited about, football cards than any other sport. Obviously, baseball's out of season, so not many people are excited about baseball at all for cards. And basketball, while they're in season, I don't know, the sort of interest in basketball cards has been dwindling a little bit for the last, 6 months, something like that. So, football cards are up and coming, maybe, in comparison to basketball. And the fact that we're kind of getting, to the playoff sort of March right now has got a lot of people, excited about guys who might be making their first appearance in the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl again and, getting additional value in their cards. So, I don't know. It could be just maybe football cards are more popular on YouTube compared to baseball and basketball right now, or it could just be, a total coincidence that my two most popular videos of the last month are both football card videos. Jerome Bettis, very good player. Mark Carrier, Fred Barnett, Ernie Mills, and there's another Hall of Famer, John Elway, very nice. Edgar Bennett. Now that actually did have a little damage on, make a little damage on this card. You can see the little white spots there that happen, so that's a bummer. Dorn Smallin, is this going to be a rookie? Yep, Stanley Pritchett, fullback Miami. Very cool. So I'm really hoping, I kind of just want to open this first stack that I pulled out, which is a third of the box. But if I don't get like a insert or something kind of neat, I don't know, I'm going to be a little disappointed. So we'll have to see. And I was kind of thinking maybe I would put, the rest of these packs up for those that want to buy, for a while there, I don't know, a month ago, I was selling a lot of individual packs. A number of people would buy, they'd put in an order on my site, hotcardboard.com. They would put in a order and it would be 3 or 4 packs of different kinds, and they would maybe do 4 or 5 different sets and get couple or 3 or 4 packs of each. And I always thought, that's I really like those orders. Those seem kind of fun to me. Get a little bit of variety and, get to open some packs without having to spend $400 or $500 on a box, where you only get that one set in there. So I don't know when that was happening, and that's kind of died off. Although just the other day I got an order for basically a few different kinds of individual packs. Anyways, I was thinking, during that time, maybe I ought to put, get just a bunch more packs up on the site just to have a lot more variety in case somebody wants to, just do 4 or 5 different kinds of packs in an order and have a fun kind of variety of things to open. Marvin Harrison rookie card for that one. Alright, so last pack. So, I am thinking about just putting a bunch of different kinds of packs up. I have quite a few right now, but I haven't made a concerted effort. And there are a lot of things for which, I really only have one box. So, this product, I only have 1 box of it. So, I either have to open just part of it on a video and then sell the remaining packs individually, or I have to just I guess I was just saying if people say yeah, you should definitely put a lot of packs up, that would be of interest. Then I will probably do more videos like this where I open a little bit of the box and put the rest up for sale, just to have a greater variety, more gripping. God, when was he a rookie? I'm trying to remember. Was it like 1990 or 89? Yeah, I guess 89 would have been his rookie cards. Yeah, I remember he was in 89 Topps. And one of the few rookies that was like in 89 Topps did not have any of the guys that were in Score, I guess, just because, Topps has their sets come out much earlier. But that 89 Topps football set was just kind of a dud. Danny Cannell. I think Topps really learned their lesson, from like the 89 rookie class of baseball and football, where their products, their flagship Topps products, were just totally missing the boat. I mean, 89 Topps baseball, didn't have Ken Griffey Jr., didn't have a couple of the key guys from that year, but Griffey was the big one, and he was a draft pick, I think, in 88, so Topps basically was not doing draft picks in their sets at that time, and so there was no real precedent for them putting that card in. The same is true on the football side. The 89 Topps football set, generally would not have had, based on prior years, 86, 7, 85, all those, they didn't do draft pick cards. That was like crazy talk back then. But in 89, Pro Set and Score did draft picks in their 89, initial base sets, and those sets were wildly more popular than the top sets from those years. And what did you see? Well, in 1990, Topps started putting draft picks, I think, in both. They definitely did it in baseball. They might have also done it in football. I just can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they did it in football too. And then 91 and onwards, they definitely did draft picks and stuff and prospects. That's how Derek Jeter has a card in 1993 Topps, when he didn't really even make it to the bigs until 96. So that's the story of how Topps missed the boat in the late 80s, really from 89 onward, but quickly corrected their mistake and started doing draft picks and eventually prospects in their sets, just instead of guys who have played at least one full season. Because it used to be, right, like when Topps was the only game in town, really Topps and Donruss and Fleer were all doing the same thing, which is you would just not see a card of a guy until he had played in the bigs for some, basically enough to qualify for to be a rookie of the year. So if somebody made their debut in 84, they would not see a baseball card until 85, and sometimes they'd be in the traded set, like Dwight Gooden was in the 84 Topps traded set. But the regular issue cards would not have guys, if they were just drafted or if they had not played in the majors. But that all changed in 89 when Upper Deck, put that Ken Griffey Jr. in, as did Fleer, right? So before Ken Griffey Jr. had played, because he made his debut in 89, not in 88, but like there was a nice hype around him. They at least some of the manufacturers just got him into the set, and then Topps really missed the boat for not having Griffey. Well, there you have it, folks. Hope you enjoyed that little walk down memory lane here. That was fun to see a set I've never opened before, and get some stars out of there. So I'll put some of these packs up for sale if anybody's interested, and I hope you're doing great and having a good weekend. We'll catch y'all later. Bye now.